Hello, Cancer signs. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be your reading for the week of the 6th to the 12th of May. So, we are going to dive straight into it. My angels, let's see what's going on for you guys, okay? All right, for my lovely Cancer signs, please, Spirit. All right, you have happy. I like that. I love this message. They're basically the same, so I do enjoy this. There is a lot of happiness coming in this week, or the universe is wanting you to accept happiness now. So, sometimes we block ourselves from being happy in the present because it's like, well, what do I have to be happy about? The past is crap and I don't even know where the future is taking me. But there is it's reminding me of a story where I don't really remember it that much. I think it's like a monk and trying to get the person to, they're saying, oh, like, wow, what is it that they're saying? I always have it in my mind, but it's like so far away I can't grab it. I think the moral of the story is like where you are right here, right now, right here, listening to me, not about the next 5 minutes after this or the next 10 minutes after this, or not what's happened 5 minutes before this. Right here, right now, we can choose happiness, of course, unless we're in current danger, and if that case, you're probably not watching me when you're going through that. But right here, right now, let's smile a little bit if you can, because this is the kind of message that's coming through. Is like there probably is a lot of worry and stress when it comes down to the future. Like that can create a lot of anxiety. The past can bring in some depression, is what they say. But in this present moment, there is some opportunities happening for you that we need to be a bit more open to. So anyway, the happy card is good. It's saying that you're connected to spirit, you're connecting to the other worlds here, and I feel like there is something that you may be anticipating, manifesting in, that you're feeling super happy about, super excited about, which is good. The way that we manifest faster, for any of you who are wondering or wanting that at the moment, it's really by feeling aligned to what it is that you're manifesting and feeling like it's happening already. This girl here is super happy about what's inside this egg, even though it's going to take some time. She's just super excited that regardless, it's happening. It's going to hatch and she's going to have whatever is inside it. So again, that's a message for you guys about being anticipating the results before it's even happened, anticipating the manifestation, feeling aligned to it, feeling protected, feeling supported, feeling ready. And here and now is very similar because it's again about finding happiness in the present. Okay, and this is where the doors start to open. You have 2 eggs. I do like the eggs when it comes up in readings for some reason, because it feels like something's being brought into your life. It kind of represents a bit of change, a bit of reward. Whatever it is to you will be different for everybody, of course, but it just feels like something is coming into your life and it feels good. All right, let's see. When we're a little bit too mentally exhausted because we're focusing too much on the past and what's happened, or we're too focused on like what the hell is going to be happening in the future, what's going on tomorrow, what's going on in a year's time, we can really miss out on opportunities, or just opportunities doesn't just have to be like work and projects. It can actually just be opportunities to have fun, opportunities to like socialize and meet great people. Like I feel like that's the energy spirit's pushing in for you. So maybe you guys have been really, determined on figuring out the big things, and these are very difficult and very overwhelming, very important in our life. We have to get clear on our career because we have to pay the bills, or we have to make something of our life. I understand that, but it feels like this week's spirit is like try and find, instead of trying to focus on the big opportunities, which are a lot harder to control or anticipate, focus this week on the smaller opportunities, the ones that you aren't really paying much attention to. So whether that is again about meeting great people, going out, going on adventures, having fun, traveling, whatever it is to you, like whatever makes you feel good, those are the opportunities that they're wanting you to focus on at this time. That's quite random, but let's carry on. My lovely Cancer signs. Ooh. Okie dokie. So you have the storm warning. Usually when this card comes in, it does bring a little bit of chaos here. We have the number 10, which can represent completion, endings maybe. The storm warning card is like, I see this, I was going to call it a rainbow. I see this tornado as a little bit of like divine intervention or something happening outside of your control, which is kind of creating a bit of destruction. It's a bit like a tower moment almost. And the message I get with it, Cancer, is whatever is leaving your life is not supposed to be in it, and whatever is staying, there is something to do with it. Okay, so whether it's just good friends staying in your life and bad friends are leaving or whatever, allow whatever is leaving, let it go. Allow it to leave. Anything, it could be anything. You also have the thinking man coming through here as well. The thinking man can represent either you, Cancer, if that's how you identify, or whatever happens this week. I guess it's not really about the gender here. It's just about there could be some really good clarity coming through. It may be through a storm warning that you get some clarity. All right. It may be through this kind of chaos, kind of like a tower moment. So that could be separation or the falling apart of a foundation in your life. Again, the tower is very similar to what I was saying, because the tower usually only falls because the foundations were not built correctly. So whether that's a relationship with the wrong person or whatever it is, it's just divine intervention. It's just supposed to happen. Like, that's just what it is. The storm warning, the thinking man, that was something I was getting to. Yeah, the bricks, I'm seeing like the bricks that stay are the strong ones. So the people that stay in your life are the strong ones. The people who are there supporting you, allow the wobbly bricks to leave. I don't know who is a wobbly brick or what in your life is not stable. It really does feel like Spirit's doing a bit of a detox in your life, which it can definitely suck. Depends on what is kind of falling apart. But in this case, they're kind of saying allow that to unfold, because it's going to show you what needs to stay and what needs to leave. Okay. So we have the thinking man. I mean, it could be a person like this that's kind of either staying or going. I don't know. But usually this represents clarity. You know, he's looking into this clear quartz and he's got full on clarity about what he wants, what he needs to do, about a strategy or whatever. So you could be receiving advice from someone this week that's really going to open your eyes. That's really going to clear your mind of any fog or anything you've been experiencing. Or this can just be something that you come to terms with yourself. It could be your own form of enlightenment here. It does feel like it's happening after the storm. So there is that to consider this week. But let's get you some more for Cancer signs, please. 3 of these. 3. Okay, if soulmate, destiny, 1 more. And grief. Okay, so there is definitely a feeling of loss here. Grief can be anything. We can grieve an ending of us, a part of ourselves. We can grieve a comfort zone. We can grieve a location if we're moving, and we can, of course, grieve people. So you guys are experiencing some sort of grief over what feels like a loss in your life. It could be a relationship even as well. You do have soulmate and destiny, which is interesting. So either you guys are going to come across a soulmate here, or there is grief around a soulmate. Because we have destiny here, again, and the happy, or should I say the storm warning, it feels like something's happening for a reason. Or again, it's just outside of your control anyways. One thing I will say with the destiny card, so either, again, it depends on your, relationship status, I guess. But destiny can really be about soulmates, in a sense of, you can see that they are like kind of like twin flames. I don't ever use that, and I don't really like twin flame analogies, so I'm not saying you are twin flames. I'm just saying that maybe you and somebody agreed to come into this life together for a specific purpose or reason. Okay, this person was supposed to bring some clarity to you in some shape or form. Okay, whether it means what you should no longer go after or go for, or something to do with that. It could, I don't know what your situation is. This could be grieving somebody, like a partner who may, or maybe even family. It's just a soulmate. Could even be a friend. Anyway, I'm getting lost with all the storylines. I'm trying to bring it back in. So destiny is really about, they wanted to go into the next life together. They want to reincarnate together. They asked this guy, he says no, but they're like, please, we really feel like it's going to be good for our journey. And then the other person says, okay. Meaning, make sure that you are asking for what you want and desire. And if it feels like it's being denied to you, but it's something you really feel, then there could be a potential for you to actually have whatever it is. That depends on what your situation is. Okay. It could be anything that you're trying to manifest. It feels like you will have it, but maybe you need to ask again or ask a different person, whatever that means. Anyway, let's get you some keywords and we're going to dive into your tarot. But we do have something about soulmates being important this week, okay? For Cancer signs, please, Spirit, 2 keywords for the week. You have worry and you have imagination. Worry here says, I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. So it's very similar to the here and now. And we have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So the thinking man and imagination does feel like it's a message here. So for some of you, I really feel like you're kind of getting some clarity, maybe through meditation or through your dreams, okay? Or through your thinking. Spend some time for deep thinking, because it might actually help you come to some sort of conclusion. Do you see the moon is just like out? Why is that in a Cancer reading that your card is here? That's so weird. You have the moon, the Justice, and the 2 of Wands. That represents karma, okay, but it also represents balance, okay? The moon can represent things that are hidden and things that are done in the dark will come to light. That's what Justice is about. The truth will be shown on whatever is lurking in the darkness. So whether that's people, again, people who are not for you, that could be what the storm warning is, or maybe it's parts of ourselves, subconscious shadow parts of ourselves. Something's going to be brought to balance, and the 2 of Wands is really about expanding. So something is going to be balanced so that you can expand. Okay, but that was random. Let's get you 3 cards for Cancer's energy this week. The Knight of Pentacles, I like that. One more. 7 of Swords. Sneakiness. Knight of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 7 of Swords. So the Wheel of Fortune, actually, I want to talk about the Knight of Pentacles. It did come up first. So this is telling me that you guys are definitely starting to invest a bit more in yourself. So this could be, kind of climbing the ladder in terms of your workspace, or learning about what you really want for the future, and you're starting to take action towards that now. It is about slow action. So, you could be taking your time with something, or learning a new skill, for example. It's like, I'm seeing like a one step at a time kind of thing. That's okay. Take your time if you need to, because what you're doing now is definitely going to have, it's going to lay the foundation for the future. So make sure your decisions and the seeds that you plant now are going to reward you later on. 7 of Swords is just be aware of self-sabotage or sneaky behavior, because a Wheel of Fortune is almost like, what goes around comes around. I'm almost sensing here, but this is almost like with the Knight of Pentacles as well. Just a little bit of like no cutting corners kind of thing. That's what I'm sensing as well. But the Wheel of Fortune could also be about expansion. Just like we had the 2 of Wands there, I do sense expansion. There definitely is a sense of travel coming up. I don't know why I'm sensing that so much in your reading, but I do feel like either you need that or you could already be planning for it. Expansion, Knight of Pentacles, maybe you're working on expanding your money. Okay, so whether that is, changing your work or changing your financial situation or planning for the future, again, financially does look good here. Feels like something's opening up. And what they're showing me, they're making me look at this egg here, and it's like, it seems small, but when you walk into it, it's actually like it's reminding me of Doctor Who a little bit, of like the TARDIS is like way bigger when you're running inside. So don't know what they mean by that. Like an opportunity that you walk into seems small, but when you're in it, it's big. Okay, 7 Swords, just be aware of sneakiness. I'm going to clarify that. The King of Wands could be somebody around you. Okay, this is very cheeky energy, so I don't know if it's coming from you or somebody else. Someone could be a bit of a player, or it could be something that you're discovering. You have the 5 of Swords, the Tower, and the 6 of Cups here, so maybe this is somebody that you've already dealt with. Okay, someone who you might be missing. But 7 of Swords is telling me that there could be some like temptation involved in this relationship. That might be the reason why it's or self-sabotage, don't know, but there's definitely defeat here. In terms outside of relationships, if this is you, King of Wands, 7 of Swords, something might not be as it seems here, because King of Wands is usually very caring, very kind, but 7 of Swords is like a double life, or, you know, someone has an image and they're not who they say they are. So just be aware of that. It could also be about building a strategy here, my lovely angels, to again climb that ladder I was saying. Let's see what your challenge is this week. Strength. Okay, you're not the first one to have that as a challenge. Oh, interesting. On the bottom of the deck of this card, you do have Angel of Strength. So this is about being courageous, being bold, and having the strength to move forward with something, okay? Let's get some more. What's the challenge? 3 of Pentacles and a 2 of Swords. Could be some clashing in the community. I don't know why I'm sensing that, Cancer, because, oh, that did come out reverse as well. But this is a kind of collaboration and building the foundation of something. So, and you also have the 2 of Swords, which in this case is actually, you know, 2 people fighting over an idea. So, you know, if you're collaborating with others, it could be a little bit of difficulty here this week. Some of you with a Strength card, I mean, sometimes this is about compromise a little bit. There might be something that you guys can learn from each other, because usually the Strength is like a lion and a maiden, and, you know, the maiden is helping the lion, teaches it compassion, kindness, gentleness, and the lion teaches her, you know, courage and strength and all that stuff, and being bold. So with the Strength card here, and if you are in conflict with somebody here in terms of the workspace, or when it comes down to building something together or whatever, make sure that we're understanding each perspective. Okay, now outside of that message, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, you guys could be struggling to make a decision to cut something out or to just fully commit to something, because the 2 of Swords is almost like, if I pick one thing, I can't have the other. So it's either this or that. Okay, using your intuition will be very important when it comes down to making a decision this week. When it comes down to probably building a plan or building a foundation. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's have a little look and see what's going on. What's the advice, please, for Cancer this week? The Tower and the 6 of Cups fell, and the King of Cups. So the King of Cups could be someone around you. Okay. Could be someone that you're missing here. So water sign energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Doesn't have to be though. Usually the King of Cups comes in as a lover in your life, or it could be you because you are a water sign. So this might apply to you, or it might be somebody else. So I'm going to try my best to make sure everyone gets that message. 6 of Cups and a Tower card is clearly reflecting on past separations, fallouts, very kind of destructive energies, whether it's jobs or whatever it is clearly like not very happy memories when this comes up here. The Tower can also be about enlightenment though. So with reflecting on something, what can you gain from it? Like, what is the truth of that situation if we were to look at it from an unbiased point of view here? I think it's very important. You might be able to learn from a past relationship or from these past memories, most likely about emotional maturity. Not gonna like say that's to do with you. I don't know what this is, but the King of Cups is definitely somebody who doesn't allow his emotions to get the best of him. He is very emotional as a person, but there's a difference between emotional and just emotionally overwhelmed. It's different, and from time to time we can get overwhelmed. It's fine, but because you might be reflecting a bit on clearly a kind of traumatic, destructive event, or maybe multiple, you could be kind of getting in your own way emotionally, okay? And maybe that's where the grief is. Some of you might be really like replaying this a lot. So in terms of this advice, they're saying, how can you view the situation differently? Or how can you view the situation in a way that it might actually benefit your present? Because this is your past. You can't do anything to change the past, but you can use the past to change your future or change your present if it's still something that is in your energy. So there is a little bit of that here. The Tower is being clarified by the 4 of Pentacles, which is usually either about greed. So maybe greed was the reason why the Tower fell, or maybe it's about financial situations. Maybe again, it's just about the stability of something just was not whatever. Somebody could be just very stubborn, not willing to change, or maybe you're holding on to a tower moment, okay? Whatever that is, the memory of it. The Four of Pentacles is an unwillingness to open up or to let go. King of Cups, let's see what this is about. The King of Swords, interesting. Now we have the opposing energies, but King of Swords are reminding me of the thinking man here. So maybe you guys are going to get some advice or clarity. Again, you could be dealing with a person specifically. Air sign energy. Five of Wands is very conflicting. The Five of Wands with these two people cards, it feels like you might be in conflict with someone at this time. Yeah, it just feels a little bit like competition. It's like, well, who's better, or who can win? I don't know. The advice I would say to stay away from this is going to keep you stuck in the past instead of help you to move forward. What is the advice for this conflict? Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is a triggered energy, and it's also about immaturity as well. You know, Page of Swords usually is just like ready to swing the sword regardless of, you know, who it hurts or whatever. You know, it's an immature way of dealing with something, which we all have the capacity to do. So I'm not singling anyone out, and this might not even be you, but this is a very triggered energy. And you know, when we're triggered, we just want to lash out. We just want to say whatever. And that might be what this grief is as well. Like for some of you, you're definitely grieving something. You definitely have feelings of loss, and I think that's why you're reminiscing on something here, but it does feel like this is still in conflict. Page of Swords, your advice: don't allow this to make you stoop low. Think about why this is still triggering you, or what the deeper issue is here, because we can learn from our triggers so that people don't have power over us when they say something or do something. Otherwise, we get wrapped up in the same cycle, or when we think about it, we get wrapped up in the same feelings and emotions as if we're still living through it. You know, I feel like there's a better way of reflecting, but it does feel like a bit of conflict this week. And with the Two of Swords, maybe you just have to cut out this energy. If it's like something very toxic, whether it's deceit, deception, sneakiness, whatever that is, betrayal, temptation, you know, dishonesty, whatever it is, if it's harming you that much, it's best to get rid of it. Okay, that could be what the storm warning is about in the grief. But I do feel like you're going to get the sense of clarity here, so that you can actually focus on your happiness and on your present situation. Okay, my angels, well, that's clearly an intense reading, and clearly just for a few people out there. Anyway, Cancer, I wish you guys all the best. Thank you so much for being here with me. Let me know in the comments if it resonated with you. I'd love to know. And I hope to see you guys next week. Okay, have a lovely week ahead, and I send you my love. Yeah, enjoy it.